Is he a good boy? Is the cat in the vibe, or is the vibe in the cat? Please tell us now. Would you kid up here? Can you believe it? Wow. Could you touch one of these? Looky. Could you do it? Could you do it for Daddy? Right here.
Yeah. Go. Get up. Go, go, go. Yeah. Go. Go.
Could you? Would you? Okay. Is he a good boy? Oh, he's sitting on the art. Oh, that's Ash's piece. Look at that boy. Look at him rolling around. He has the cat vibe, the art vibe. This is him at a rare moment when usually he's just by himself and he vibes. It just depends. But, you know, here we are. And we are all together. Cuckoo, ka-choo. It's the keyboard cat unscheduled art vibe, keyboard cat vibe art sort of moment. And here he is, keyboard cat 4.0, Presley, right? Yeah. And he's just rolling around being himself. It's pretty good. We don't have any music going like we normally do, because normally we do this little show called the Keyboard Cat, you know, the Keyboard Cat Vibe Show. And weekday mornings, 10 o'clock Pacific time. And we have the little visits with the cat. He doesn't play much piano, but he does show up, or we find him wherever he's sleeping or eating some catnip or something. We grow it for him. And then we paint or draw and stuff like that. I don't really have a painting from that moment, although this is what the painting space looks like when there's no people painting and there's no paintings up there. Oh, there's a drawing, kind of. So, Yeah, so this is weird to just be doing this on a, what is this, a Sunday night? Because normally he doesn't come up in the studio. And he definitely doesn't go over to the keyboard. Here's Presley trying to. I don't know how he did that. He just got that spontaneously to come out of that. There's automatic junk in there, but he did push the button. Ladies and gentlemen. Give me 5, Press. You did something. It's abstract, but nonetheless, purely expressionistic. Beginner's luck right here. As good as it gets. God. Yeah, people think that that I'm faking that I'm the keyboard cat guy, but wait a minute, let me turn this thing down. Yeah, I made the first keyboard cat video of the cat playing, wearing a little t-shirt, a lot like this. Little cat shirt, only smaller, and some even smaller. I've got lots of them. So that's it. That's the cat shirt story. And then, well, there's a keyboard because he is keyboard cat. And there's keyboard cat 4.0. Posing for certain. Just looking for work. Yeah. I'm afraid he's gonna find it. So there's a keyboard cat shoe and foot used in keyboard cat close-up dancing videos. Here's a keyboard cat's paw mounted on a drumstick. Right. Although usually we really used his paws on a close-up, but sometimes he'd get tired, and so we'd let him take a break, go chase a mouse or something, and we would, make do in between doing graphics and fake cat parts and stuff. That's that Presley 4.0. Yeah, the first video was shot in a house not far from here in 1984. And that's the truth. Why would somebody lie about that? And this is a keyboard cat video of sorts right here. Patti Smith painting. Tail on art. It's our newest meme motivated abstract expressionism performance installation 007. Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, look at, we got 55 likes. What is it? Tomorrow's a holiday, so people are just chilling out wherever they're at. I know this cat is. I'm gonna turn on one of these lights over here. I thought if I left the table, so would he. He never does this. This is how Bento used to act and behave. Nice pan. He's a cat. He's a bad cat. I can download this footage back off of YouTube and use it for promos and art and as A roll and B roll and C roll, every kind of roll. Well, that's something. Keyboard Cat 4.0, or better known as Presley here, he doesn't like wearing clothes and playing the piano. So, it's been an interesting transition. He is the reincarnate from the last Keyboard Cat. All that's for sure. But it's interesting that tonight he's willing to come up to the studio, which he never does, and get up on the keyboard and experiment with it a little, show us some confidence. And then he came over here and laid down on some recent fresh art. And I put and he's posing. Well, it's a good boy. See? And then he let me put that shirt on him, which is not like him. Because he just, I don't know. But he could be changing. These things happen. These things happen. I used to I didn't like bad slacks. And now I think bad slacks are my favorite. But things change. I'm saving some of my old stuff, like good stuff. I mean, not clean stuff, but good, you know, like sort of dripping more than bad slacks. Bad slacks out of bad fabric. And, you know, they do the job. They do the job, don't they? Look at that face. He's a good boy. I so like it when you come up to the studio. Look at him's face in the studio in the same frame. You don't see that much from me. No. He's up on this table here with about 8,000 paintings. I don't even... Oh, what am I going to do with all that? Look at stacks and stacks of... Well, there he is. Man of the hour. Just chilling. What he does on the show, on the Keyboard Cat Vibe show, is he just exudes his vibe. And vibe is free of intellect and brain activity. You know, your brain is a thinker by definition. Brains think, and by definition, thinking means not knowing but thinking. So you don't, it's a liar, basically, your brain, you know, driven by some grubby, stinky little ego. And can you hear him purring? And so when you quit listening to your brain and just listen to your heart, which is what I don't think he can do it any other way, and then set that as an example. Picasso says, do what you love, you know, find your gift and give it away. So that's a good thing. And that's what he's doing right now. And that's what he does in the show. That's what the show is about. And to find out what your gift that you can do every day and give away every day, and it can be a different gift every day, but that you listen to your heart, not your head. You forget what your head's saying, or let it say it, but just let it fly by. Don't bother. It's going to keep talking because it just has a big mouth. And it's all about ego and blech, speed and greed. So instead, you listen to your heart, which never lies, and it doesn't think anything, it just knows. So you do that by just forgetting your head so that you can get a little room in your being, your psyche, to see what's going on. And then instead of listening to Mr. Brain, you listen to Mr. Heart and touch it and rub it and get warm, you know, with it. Then it can tell you right away. It doesn't have to think about it. The idea of what you can do today that's going to be a good thing for you and the best thing that you could possibly do isn't going to come from here. It's going to come definitely from here, and it comes right from here. It doesn't have to think about it. It's sitting there written on the top. So, and you get into that space, and then when you're listening just to this, then when you're tuned into that and then not to this, that is the Keyboard Cat vibe. It's going to be a dance. Frugaloo, boogaloo, mashed potato, boogaloo, the twist. So, limbo, the dance line, the shimmy, and Gramps, hey, very funny. Gramps. That's cute. They used to call Andy Warhol Grandma, and they thought they thought he didn't even hear it or know it. He just said, they, they're done. These guys. Yeah. So, that's the vibe. And once you are tuned out of this and into this, that time is being in the vibe and you listen. There's a tune. There isn't a thing. There isn't like microscopic things that make up reality. There's quarks and what is it? Quantum theory and quantum mechanics. Get your quantum mechanics handbook out. I got to see if I can find one of those. Just be a good thing to have, to be reading on the bus and see what the neighbors think. On that level, it's not just little tiny pieces of a table or like that. It is a vibration that it's everything, everywhere, of all times and all places is vibing or dancing to this tune. And that is the vibe. And it is wonderful. And it's happening to you right now. You can't be separate from the vibe. You can think that you are, but you are the vibe. It isn't like there's you and then next to it is the vibe. You two are the vibe. So a revised version? Really? Well, I'm learning. Look at that, 95 likes. Isn't that something? Just as a little, I'm doing a little side here. What multiple? Yes, does anybody know the old TV show Lassie? It was about a dog on a farm, the McCoys, Little Luke and those guys, Grandpa McCoy, Walter Brennan. That the Lassie show, there's one Lassie, but in reality there were 11 Lassies that all looked and acted like Lassie, and that because sometimes one of them would get sick and couldn't act, or they would eventually pass away, because cats and dogs do that. And right, there's more than one pope, right? And they have numbers after him, and it's Keyboard Cat. This is 4.0. But yes, yeah, there's been 4. And each one is, because we allow it, encourage it, cultivate it, we have mastered getting the spirit of prior cats, not just of prior keyboard cats, but prior all cats and cool cats on board and to vibe. And we just do that together. And when you're vibing, worrying about the past and the future isn't part of the equation, because that's this. When you're here, you're not thinking about that. You're just here doing the vibe, just surfing to the vibe. And you can be productive and profitable doing the vibe. There's nothing wrong with that. And so, yeah, and when you're in the vibe, you're just healing. And you're healing everything, yourself, the universe, you're helping it not have a kink in the hose of reality juice that's trying to go by. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, 104 likes. That is so nice. Aras Adastro. Usually in my stream, I read a lot of the comments. I remember during Chummer and Charlie Served Shaved, he said, yeah, see, Banjo the Bean has been around when I'm doing my regular show. And I guess this kind of is regular. What's regular? I guess it's a show, you know. You can't fight that. Oops. Keyboard Cat gets reincarnated for the third time. Says ninja in the house. RS Adastro. RS Adastro. Hello, RS Adastro. Yeah, I'm saying that. I'm saying it again now. We mean it. We mean it. So, yeah, I think I'm going to brush my teeth, wash up a little, get some PJs on, and grab a can of water and head up to Pillow Land. No, I don't still have the original keyboard. I wish I did, and eventually I suppose I'll buy one. You can buy them used, of course. They're real old. They were special then, but they're just collectible. They're collectible, right? Of course, what isn't? Even the first time it's collectible, or you wouldn't have it in the first place. Goku 1415. Thank you for the beautiful cat. Indeed. Yes, that's right, Banjo. The Bean says there's nothing like your own bed. It's true. But this guy, you know what? He can just imagine that his bed is anywhere because he's wearing this thick blanket fur pad. It's like a mattress pad, has a uniform. It even goes down over his head, his face, his ears. Everything's covered with hair except his eyeballs and his tongue, pretty much. And his jelly bean pads on his paws. They're kind of skin. They have skin. Well, I guess meat would. Well, I think I'm going to crash. Take a picture. I'm going to take this episode of this show once it's up on YouTube and rip it and use it. Well, of course, we miss the original stuff. Yeah, that keeps us going. It's a piece of the puzzle. Can you say goodbye and good night? Baron of Red. See ya, Baron. Thank you. Will Keyboard Cat be right? Amen. Yeah.